Their rivalries are legendary. Today, in this episode of Versus, our third one to date, we are covering a legendary matchup. Two icons of horror, polar opposites in their field. Ultimately, they could not be more different. But they will always be legendary. In one corner, we have Freddy Kruger. And in the other, Jason Voorhees. This matchup has been debated for years, even having its own movie that put them against each other, and which ended in a tie. So the real question is, who wins this matchup in reality? Well, let's get to this. Let's start off with Freddy. Standing in at 5 foot 9.5 inches, weighing in at just over 176 pounds, Freddy Krueger is not really your typical idea of a murderer. Fred Krueger was just a normal man, albeit he was a vicious child murderer. But he was a normal person. He was eventually taken to court for his crimes, but managed to get out on a technicality. But he didn't have time to celebrate for long because the parents of Elm Street, found his hidden boiler room and burnt it to the ground with him inside of it. But during it, he was approached by the Dream Demons, who were fans of his work, and gave him the power to haunt dreams to kill kids in the even though he's now dead. And so Freddy Krueger began to haunt the dreams of children alike. So, with that in mind, why don't we get into some basic information about him. Now, this time I'm actually using statistics. Now, Freddy, strength-wise, he's pretty average. Speed, also average. Agility, now given his the fight scenes in Freddy vs. Jason, I will actually put him as above average here. Because he was shown to be quite agile in their fights. Durability, very high. This guy does not stay down when you hit him. Skill, I'm gonna put high because he has a massive amount of experience even before he became a demonic demon. Interesting choice of words. And of course, he has a pretty good track record of killing his victims. Intelligence, I'm putting this very high here because this guy is a master of manipulating people, learning about his enemies, and using it, traits about his enemies against them. Like that one karate guy, and I think it was the Dream Warrior, who Freddy just turned invisible to deal with him. Or that guy with the hearing aids, who used sound. But ultimately, Freddy's intelligence is very high. Now, his abilities include being able to enter people's dreams, bend them to his will, and kill you in your dreams. Because if you die in the dreams, you die in real life. Other than that, he really doesn't have anything. It's just a dream manipulation for him. Of course, he is very durable, as I mentioned, but other than that, there's not really much to mention. Now, whatever his strengths, that's completely different than his abilities. Well, he has a great ability to learn about his enemies. He's a master of manipulating people. He's decently skilled in fighting, given his what he showed in Freddy vs. Jason. He's invincible in the dream world. And what are his weaknesses? Well, he can be pulled into the real world where he isn't invincible, but still amazingly durable, and sometimes he's afraid of fire, but not all the time. Sometimes he's afraid of fire, but other times he uses it no problem against his victims. So, with that in mind, let's check out his choice of weapon. His famous knife glove. It has four blades on the ends of his fingers. It's a leather glove that's reinforced with steel, with 5 steel blades on the ends of the fingers. I've heard some people say surgical blades, but I'm not going to say surgical blades, because they've been shown to be able to do much more than surgical blades can do. So I'm just gonna say steel. Their range, for this weapon is 1 inch past his maximum reach. But ultimately, that's all. And of course, we have to because of how insane these guys are, I'm gonna have to explain every way they have actually died. And fortunately for Freddy, he's only died one way in his entire franchise, which was being blown up by a pipe bomb specifically. And due to that, sorry, the camera cut out for a second. Okay, Freddy's only died in one actual way in his movies, by being blown up by a pipe bomb. He was pulled into the real world, pinned to a wall with various weapons, and then had a pipe bomb jammed into his chest where he said one final line, and then blew up to the point where the dream demons came bursting out of his mouth. But fortunately, that's the only way he's died. So, it's quite clear and cut as to what can kill him. With that in mind, let's get right over to Jason Voorhees. Jason Voorhees stands in this corner, standing at 7 feet tall, weighing 340 pounds. Jason Voorhees was just a normal, disfigured kid with mental disabilities. Until some kid bullies at camp threw him into the lake and watched him drown. So his mother decided years later to murder a bunch of campers to make up for it. And then the camper fought back and killed her. And so Jason now stalks the Camp Crystal Lake and kills campers in revenge of his mother. But over the years, Jason has become a lot of things. He was originally a human. At one point, he became a zombie. At one point, he was a robot. Another, he was a demon. But the Friday movies get confusing. Now, as for Jason's stats, they're pretty interesting. As far as strength goes, it is very high. This guy, he's insane. Speed, very low. All he really does is briskly walk towards his victims. Except for the remake Jason, who actually runs, but we're not counting remakes. Especially not the Nightmare one, because that one just sucks. Agility, very low. Again, he just walks towards his opponents. Durability, very high. This guy does not go down easy. Skill, very low. Because, with his weapon, he has 2 techniques. Vertical and horizontal slash. He is not skilled at all. Intelligence, very low. He's stupid. The only smart thing he does in the entire franchise is figure out how to operate a spear gun. Which, in all fairness, it's just point the thing at a person and press the button. Well, actually, to pull the trigger, but Now, as for his abilities, he has a few more than Freddy. He has a healing factor that's, it's nowhere near the levels of, say, Deadpool, but it's definitely impressive. And, of course, he has his immense strength and durability. Now, what are his strengths? Well, his strength is actually one of his strengths. He also has an immunity to pain and really great abilities at stealth. But, of course, it's not really all that impressive. Then there are his weaknesses. He's slow, he's stupid, and he has a habit of not fighting back when he's being attacked. Heck, look at Jason Takes Manhattan, where Julius, an amateur boxer, is just punching the guy repeatedly, and almost gets knocked off a building until eventually he finally fights back, where he uppercuts Julius's head off, and it lands in a dumpster. Jason's not a good fighter. But, of course, what is a fighter without their favorite weapon? Which for Jason is his trusty machete. Now, as for its details, it's a machete. For range, it gives, based on the details I've been able to find, It's 21 inches long, and from what I can tell, it's somehow both sharp and dull at the same time, but it's perfectly fine. And the closest thing to armor that Jason has is a hockey mask, which, you know, not that impressive. And how has Jason died in the past? Whew. Well, let's see. His head has been destroyed, he's been disintegrated, he was killed by a magic dagger, and he was turned into a child by toxic waste, and yeah, he had his head repeatedly slashed with a machete. Oh, and also there was one time where he was dragged to the bottom of Camp Crystal Lake by a girl's zombie dad, but you know, it's not important. So, with that in mind, yeah, we have the information for both of them out of the way. So, let's get to the analysis. Okay, analysis done. Just kidding, I do it all before the video. Matter of fact, I actually got all the details behind the camera right now. Okay, so the winner of this matchup is Freddy Krueger. Now, I know all you Jason fans are going to be pretty mad, but let me explain. Now, to put it quite frankly, Jason couldn't kill Freddy. The only time we've ever seen Freddy die, in actuality, is in Freddy's Dead, where he was blown up with a pipe bomb. The rest of the times, we knew it showed he wasn't dead at the end of the movie. Heck, even at the end of Freddy vs. Jason, he was alive with his head, as just a severed head. He winked at the camera, remember? So really, Jason didn't have any way of killing Freddy without explosives, which Jason doesn't have. And even if he did, Freddy would is smart enough to know not to let the guy with the explosives get the explosives near him. Okay, so Jason couldn't kill Freddy, but what makes me say that Freddy could kill Jason? Well, Jason X. It is considered a pretty bad movie, but it did give us one person who killed Jason, no problem. It was that cyborg girl who had the guns. She killed Jason by blowing the ever-living heck out of him. Ultimately, she blew Jason up a lot. But the main thing is, his head was halfway blown away, which makes it quite clear that Jason can be killed by damaging him. But it makes perfect sense to say he could be decapitated or have his head destroyed and it would kill him. But you might be asking, but Freddy can't decapitate or destroy a head with his glove, and you would be right. But as we've seen in Freddy vs. Jason, Freddy's not above using his enemies' weapons against them. Matter of fact, at one point in the fight scene at Freddy vs. Jason, Freddy cut Jason's fingers off with his glove, picked up his machete, and just started wailing on him with his glove and Jason's own machete against him. So, and Jason's machete is more than capable of decapitating or cutting a head in half. I mean, heck, have you seen what he's done with the thing? And you might be saying Jason's superhuman. It might be a really dull machete, and Jason's superhuman strength is all that can do it. Well, put it to you this way: that's the same machete that a teenage girl used to decapitate Freddy Krueger in that same movie. So, nope. And what makes me say, and of course, what makes me say that Freddy, what makes me say that Jason can't just destroy Freddy's body, make him completely unable to keep fighting? Well, to put it this way, if you don't kill Freddy, he's gonna come back, and he's going to go after you, and he's going to kill you regardless. And even if Jason tried doing that, which he wouldn't be able to figure it out, it's quite simple to say, he can't. Matter of fact, in Freddy vs. Jason, the only reason he got the chance was because Freddy decided to go after the main characters first, towards the end of their fight, and Jason got one lucky shot, and Jason got the chance to make a lucky shot at Freddy's back before falling into Camp Crystal Lake. And heck, that didn't even kill Freddy. Heck, the girl who picked up Jason's machete and attacked Freddy with it didn't kill him. Ultimately, I don't see it. Ultimately, Jason, we have no reason to believe Jason would be able to, but also, look at their stats. Jason has the durability and strength speed, yes, but Freddy holds every other category. He's smarter, he's more skilled, he's faster, and he's more agile. I mean, yes, there are fights where these details don't really matter, but here it does. Put it quite frankly, this is a pretty open and shut fight, just like my last one, Tracer vs. Scout. But, I mean, it is more interesting. I mean, there's a lot more blood involved. I mean, it's going to be one heck of a match. But I don't see any way that Jason wins this. But tell me what you think in the comments. If you have any points to make for me, go ahead. I'm all ears. Well, actually, I'm all Randoman. I only have 2 ears right here, and not everywhere, so I'm not all ears, so. Thank you for watching this episode of Versus. Sorry it's been so long since I've updated this series, but I kind of took forever being able to figure out what one to do. I kind of thought about doing John Wick vs. Rambo, which was my original plan for the second one. And I thought about doing Iron Man vs. Batman, but, I couldn't really figure that one out entirely. But I will say this, comment down below any problems you have with this video, but why don't you comment down below any specific battles you want to see next. And hey, while you're at it, if you like this video, and want to see more of this series, hit the like button. If you want to be notified that next time I post one of these videos, or at least whenever I post another video, hit the subscribe button and make sure to click the bell icon. And, you know what? If you want, do me a favor. Could you do me a favor? Share this video, with some people who might like my content. Heck, just share this video with anyone you can. Small YouTube channels like mine don't really get on the YouTube's recommendation, bars. And if you do so, thank you. Now, thank you for watching this episode of Versus. This is Randoman, signing off.